Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Melissa with A&M Hobby Farms. So, I have been doing a lot of canning over the last couple weekends, and so I've got a few hundred jars I think done. I'm not sure. I will do a video of those, of everything that I got done. But I did not make the zucchini relish. I ended up just shredding the zucchini and putting it in the freezer. I froze a ton of the peppers, of the green peppers, the jalapeno peppers, and then we've made pizza sauce, spaghetti sauce, chili starter, two different kinds of salsa, like an extra hot salsa, and then a regular, just like where it's all kind of like almost like a sauce. Like I overdid it on the tomato mashing, and then chunky salsa. So we've got all those going. I did a ton of the cowboy candy. While I was doing the cowboy candy, the next day when I was working on the sauces, because I did the cowboy candy first because it's such a sticky thing, I wanted to get that out of the way. And the sauce, I have those videos of the sauces. I have those that video is already posted if you go back and look at some of my videos. But the Amazon lady had showed up and I was like, hey, you like some treats? And so I shared with her some cowboy candy, and she said that she liked it. I told her, like, just make sure you're on my route around Christmas time, because I'm gonna leave it out for whoever happens to be the one to pick it up. Hopefully it'll be her, because she liked it. She said she was going home to cook it on steaks, and that's what she told me a couple days later. I don't order all that from Amazon, but with 4 teenage kids in my house, they all have their own Amazon accounts, so the Amazon driver's at our house like once or twice a week. Then one of my son's friends lives with us, and he also gets stuff from Amazon. We all work crazy hours and we don't really go out shopping during the day, and so like we have, like for me personally, I have my monthly stuff all delivered. All of our vitamins, my protein shakes, which the coffee protein shakes are the latte flavored for Premier Protein, are always, I always get a notification that they are not going to ship and that they don't have them. So I do have to make a trip to Sam's Club. With the way everything has been going, we are not going to be doing Sam's Club hauls the way that we typically have been doing them. So we are going to be doing like smaller amounts. We're going to go for exactly what we need. Like I'm running low on paper towels. I have like 2 left, which honestly I should have gotten them before I had 2 left, because by the end of the week I'll probably have like 1 left. But so we'll get the paper towels. I'm in the parking lot at work. People are pulling in. I was the only one here, but because I left early so I can get coffee. There was yeah, so I'm running low on paper towels. I'm going to pick up an extra 2 cases of the Premier Protein shakes, just because I've been having a hard time finding the flavor that I like. And if they have the flavor that I like, I'm going to pick up an extra 2 cases, because I did have 2 cases, but my order in July didn't have them, and then the order for August didn't have them. I did order some caramel, but I don't care for the caramel quite as much as I like the coffee flavored one. Makes me feel like I'm having coffee every day. And so I will be picking those up. And then I need chicken noodle soup and tomato soup, and I think them are probably it. And then we do some like snackies for our lunches, but we're not, usually when we go we spend about $600. We're going to try to keep it under $300. I will post the video when I do it, but it will not be what it typically is when I do it. My garden has got a ton of stuff coming in. I've got quite a bit of tomatoes. Like I got a great big, the mega thatsa bowl. I brought that in of tomatoes 2 days ago, and I'll probably get another bowl of those today. I'll go out and do those later, and I'll take you along. It is the 2nd week of the month of August, so we had township meeting last night. Today is Wednesday. I won't post this probably until Thursday when I get the rest of the videos shot, maybe Wednesday. We have another township meeting with a different township. They are doing some special assessments on some weed control on a lake, and our township has a few houses on that lake as well. Not as many as they do, but we do have a few. So our township has a vested interest in that, because if this passes, we will be putting the money up, and then it will be added to their special assessments for the people who live on that particular lake. So we'll be adding that. I've never done special assessments in my township. I mean, like, we have special assessments. I can't say that we don't. Sorry, my phone is moving on me. So I can't say that we don't have special assessments. But the special assessments that I get in our township are like, they come from the Drain Commission, or like they come from the county. So the numbers are already done. They give me a parcel number, I put it into the system, and it gets added to their bill. So it's just a pretty simple, like, I just do it. If this were to go through with this lake, I have to add another program to the current tax program that I have to be able to add the special assessments in. So I'm going to be learning right along. I'm not right along, because the woman who is in this other township as their treasurer knows what she's doing, but she's going to be teaching me, and she said that she'll work with me, so I'll be learning with her. And then I'm on crazy hours this week. I'm on like first shift hours. Normally I work third shift, everyone in my house does, but I'm on first shift hours because I am in school right now. I am doing, it's supposed to be 3 weeks, but at the rate that I'm going, and I already came into this having a couple of the classes done that other students didn't have done. So I'll probably be done in like a week and a half, which is not like an overachieving thing. I've been here at this company for 9 years, and all these other people are new hires. They've been here a year, maybe 2 at the most, and so they don't have some of the training that our company offered up, for the last few years. And I think I did one of mine like almost 6 years ago, and so they don't have that. They didn't have that opportunity to do that back then when they first started doing it, when I did mine. So they still have to go through those classes, and it's just so that we can advance in our jobs. So right now we are all like what they consider a lead associate, and so we work on presses and machines, and we fix their faults, and we go in and fix little things. And if like there's certain things we're not allowed to touch, like the electrical and stuff, we have to call maintenance, we have to call but otherwise the press that I run is my job, and I fix it, I run it. And so now I'm doing the training so that I can become a lead too, and then from there become a machine tech, which I wouldn't run a press, but anytime the press went down, or the operator was having problems, and they didn't, like people like me who don't know how to fix something particular, or we're not supposed to, like I know how to change a filter, but according to the rules, I cannot change a filter. I need to call maintenance or a machine tech. And so at some point I will hopefully become a machine tech, and the schooling helps me get 2.5 or 3 weeks of it done, and then I only have to come back for another 2 weeks if I were to ever get that particular job. And then I will not take that schooling until I get one of those jobs, because it's kind of a waste of time, because if I never bid on one or I don't get one, then I wasted the instructor's time and I took up a space for somebody else. But that's enough about me. I'm rambling. But we are going to I'm going to be doing that. So I'm going to sit in class on first shift hours. I really struggle to sit in front of a computer all day, like struggle. But I'll show you the videos of what I've been canning, and I'll show you what it looked like when it turned out. I do have a picture. I'll put that in here. One of the chili starters broke. One of the jars broke in the canner, and I pulled the jars out and I let them sit. I didn't take the time to flip them around and wash them and clean them. I let them sit for the 12 to 24 hours that they needed to, and the lids, because of how seasoned I have it, looks almost like there was rust on it, and it all come clean. And I took a picture after of them being clean, but I was like, man, those jars look rusty. Like the lids look rusty. I'm like, this looks pretty bad. But I left the rings on them, let them sit for 12 hours. No, I let them sit for 24 hours, not 12, sorry. I let mine sit for like a full day, and then like the second day I go back in and do it. But so I will get to those videos. All the potatoes are starting to die back, so we'll be picking these soon. I did do a little bit right there, but they weren't very big. But they're dying back pretty nicely. I've been picking tomatoes like crazy. All the tomatoes. Got a bunch of sunflowers that haven't opened up yet. I still have new little tomato flowers coming on. But today I'm out here just grabbing some of them. That one's got some issues. We'll feed that one to the chickens. But we don't have a storm coming, so I'll let them grow on the vine if I can. And then I had a lady at work who would like a green tomato. So I told her I'll find her a good quality green tomato. I'm gonna pick this one. It's starting to split. It's almost ready though, so we'll pick it now. Oh, this one right here. It's a nice circular green tomato. Got some, this will be the first orange one. Oh, it's rotten on the bottom. That's too bad. Guess we're gonna have lots of chicken feed today. And I'm gonna pick this one so it doesn't rot before I get to try it. This one here, I'm excited about how big this thing is. This thing is, it's just massive. Not that you can really tell from the size of my hand. I realized today, which is the next day, that I did not finish in the garden because my husband had called me while I was doing the tomatoes. So I've got a ton of tomatoes and I left them in the bowl last night because we got busy with dinner and everything. Sorry, I was moving a chair, that was loud. So I'm going to show you what the tomatoes are looking like, what I brought in yesterday, what was already there, and then I got to take care of them because it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. I got to leave for work in like 30 minutes. Okay, so I was canning. These are all chili starter. These ones are my chili starter. These right here are pizza sauce, and the ones underneath them are salsa. I let them sit out for usually 24 to 48 hours. Then they've all been, the rings have been taken off, the lids are all clean. Now I just have to label them. I put one jar labeled what's in the case, and I'll finish label them later. Then I got 2 empties. So the towels on the table are because when I put the canning jars onto the table, I always have a double layer of towels. Kind of helps protect the table, but not really. And then these are the ones that I had brought in like 2 days ago. I got a little bit of variety, a little bit of everything here. These ones here I've never, but it was growing funny, and so I brought it in, so hopefully. And then this is green tomato that girl wanted from work. So I've got this big bowl, and this is, if you know the Tupperware bowls, this is the mega Thatsa bowl. And then this one is like the normal size Thatsa bowl, like the larger of like those. And an alarm just went off that said, hey. Okay, so I got green beans in here, and then a few more tomatoes in the bottom of this. And then all of the green beans. And they actually stayed pretty well overnight. But I gotta get these in some water and get them in the fridge. And I'm gonna take a couple to work with me. So, but yeah, we got a ton of them, all sorts of different colors. I love the color of these ones like this. I set those out to the side usually, that way nothing too bad will happen. These ones here, I cannot remember the name of them, and I thought they weren't ripe at first, but then it's been staying the exact same. And I ate one yesterday, and it was pretty good, but it's got all these different colors in it, the reds and the greens, and I'm thinking maybe they're supposed to be, and they're pretty squishy. So I'm thinking like that is what it looks like when it's ripe. And I wonder if maybe one of the seeds that I saved last year was like one of my tomatoes next to one of my cherry tomatoes, and I got this hybrid thing. I'm not sure. So I'm not keeping seeds from that because I'm not 100% sure. This one here, I put a hole in it. I dropped it. I was so excited. I was like, oh, this one's massive. I'm going to make this one tomato sandwich one. And then I dropped it and put a chunk in it. I got a ton of cherry tomatoes, different kinds. This one also came off of that. A lot of them were smaller, just that one was pretty big. I got these ones, these yellow. I think these are the bumblebee. Some of these I picked with a little bit of green just because I'm not going to have time to go out there today. And so I just wanted to bring them in and have them in here. And that way they don't get overripe and go bad on me. And I'm not going to take them all out of the bowl. I just don't want them all to sit in the bowl while I'm at work today and start crushing each other and ruining them. And I wanted to dig some of these cherry tomatoes out of here so I can take them to work and eat them. That's why I'm moving all them kind of to one area, because these I'm going to take to work. And then I had one giant big one, and when I took it off it broke. So this was like one of those fasciated blossoms, maybe. I can't remember how you say that. I think that's how you say that. But this half of it was turning, and then the other half that broke off was not. So this thing was sitting on the plant like this. Well, it's kind of hard to do this one-handed, but it was sitting on the plant like this. This thing was like all mumbled jumbled and looking all crazy. I thought it was kind of cool looking though. And then I forgot to weigh it. I was going to weigh it. I probably should have. But I don't have my scales out, so I'm not going to now. I'm bringing this girl at work. I'm bringing her 3 of the green tomatoes, but I picked a couple of them first, so I needed to get to those ones. But yeah, so this is my tomato harvest from yesterday. And sorry I forgot to turn the camera back on and be out in the garden. Right now we can't be outside. It's dark outside. Otherwise I'd run out there real quick. Alright, well, I'm going to wash up some of these tomatoes and pack my lunch for work. And so this is just some of them that are going. The mess underneath the table, if you saw that, that's canning jars still. And then some zucchini. But that's what I got for now, and I will add the rest later. So before we go downstairs and see what I canned up in the last couple weekends, I canned on a glass top stove. Yes, I know, blah, blah, blah. I broke it. I broke it right before I started canning. It went all the way up one burner. I had shown it in a previous video. So while I was canning last weekend, it broke sideways. And it was still, like, all my water was still boiling. Everything was still working. So I continued to use it. My husband went to make something. And the burner, while it turns on, it runs on high only. There's no adjusting it. You can't do low, medium. It is high all the way. And so he found a stove for $100. It is a glass top, but it's $100, and she needs to be cleaned. Definitely needs to be cleaned. I'm not sure how I like the black. Not gonna lie, it's pretty dark. I have a small kitchen. Needs a little bit of cleaning, but I do like how right here it's like a groove, like it goes in. So like if your stuff overspills, it's not going all over the place. It didn't in my other one because nothing ever went over, but the oven took me a minute. I had to ask my husband how to use it. His mom works kind of the same way, so like you hit the bake button and then you adjust your time and then you turn it on and it'll preheat and then it'll do its thing. So I thought that I haven't, mine just, you just turn it on to the temperature. But so $100. It's pretty clean on the inside, not disappointed in that. Still, it's got a little bit of heat coming off of it right now. I just used it. But definitely gonna have to clean that up. But did a good job for $100, I'd say. Not bad at all. So take you downstairs now. We'll go downstairs. Look and see. Show you the canned goods that I made. Well, not the canned goods I made. Show you the things that I canned. So it is dark in here. I got some lights, but they're rather bright. Ooh, there we go. But I'm gonna flip you around here and show you what I did this year. There's only a little bit left from last year. Okay, so bottom row. This here is salsa, and then what I showed earlier, it still has to come down, so like the chunky salsa will go here. These are my whole tomatoes and quartered tomatoes. I only have 2 jars of each. I do need to make more. This whole row is tomato juice, and that's about all I'll use for the whole year. And then this little one. These are all stewed tomatoes, and these all go back 6. So they go back 6. So there'll be 12 stewed tomatoes, and I won't need any more than that. This is the chili starter that I made. I've got just the 6 big jars, and then everything else. These 6 are smaller, and then the 24 more. This is our first year water glassing eggs, so I only have 2-gallon containers. I know everyone, not everyone, but I know a lot of people do it. I'm not used to it. I'm not sure. I'll probably use it mostly in baking, but I do love the look of it, especially with like the olive colored eggs in there and the blue eggs, and it just amuses me. And then this is just some bags. The Mandarin Oranges. So I guess
I don't know if they're actually Mandarin Oranges, but I got cutie oranges, or whatever you want to call them, the little tiny oranges. One of the Amish lady she does a citrus order, so I got a huge citrus order from her, and this took hours and hours to peel. I will never do this again. I didn't take the skins off of them, so it's kind of weird to eat them with the skins on, but they are good. And I just did a simple syrup, and that was it. Just your simple syrup that you would do, the same one that I use for my peaches. And so I did these Mandarin Oranges, and I got, I had 12 of them, or 24 of them. We've only ate 3 of them. We will eat more of them probably in the winter, but I did these back in February. And then these 2 containers here, this is all that I have left of last year's tomatoes. And there are some quartered and some halves, and then 1 tomato juice. And 2 spaghettis left, 2 spaghetti sauces. Spaghetti sauce, we go through a ton of it. This whole thing, this will all be filled in with spaghetti sauce. This right here is all spaghetti sauce through here. This one here is that one that I made from the Azure seasoning for the pizza. I think I put pasta on it. No, I put pizza. Okay. Yeah, it's pizza. And so I only did the 5 jars of that. We'll see how we like it, how it tastes. Looks good. It tasted good, but we'll see how we like it on the spaghetti. And then these are my pizza sauces. It's really dark, but these are the pizza sauces, and then plus the pizza sauces that I had already showed that are upstairs. This is blackberry. This is obviously more than 6. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those ones are 7, but they're a little bit smaller. 7 in this row. They're double layered. So 14 plus 1 little extra, 15. This is my strawberry jam here. I make just about as many, just bigger containers of the strawberry. These are last year's peaches. I will not do more peaches this year. I am going to get the peaches off the tree. These ones are breaking down. We didn't eat them as much. My kids didn't. We don't care for the canned peaches, but we do get them fresh. And then the rest of the peaches I will end up getting rid of. This is just some dried goods. I've got rice, split peas. This is leftover bone broth from this winter. These are our garlic scapes that we did on the 6th of July. And this is my fake pineapple, the zucchini pineapple. We'll see how we like that. I left the seeds in it. You can see them. I probably should have did better on the seeds, but I didn't pay attention. This is all cowboy candy, all the small jars, all the way back, 7, 14, 28, close to, I did 30, but I've already given some away. Bigger jars of the cowboy candy. There's only 2 things left of corn, and then these are last year's salsa, all the way back through there. Last year's dilly beans, last year's peach barbecue sauce. The rest of it was peach barbecue sauce, but we went through all that. So that's, hopefully, when I'm all done, all of my empty spots will be filled in. We'll have lots of fun stuff. Most of it is tomato-based. We do eat a lot of tomato-based as far as my canning stuff goes. And then everything else goes in the freezer.